Hey guys, I just got back from Knoxville, Tennessee for my long Thanksgiving weekend visiting family, and while I was there, I didn't really film anything except Knoxville just opened up a brand new Joann Fabrics that's huge. I don't know what they call these. Are they Super Joanns? I don't know, but they had so many art supplies that I'd never seen before, let alone in a Joann Fabrics, because usually, they have very basic, like beginners sets, not professional art materials. Well, I take that back. It's not that they aren't professional, it's just that they don't carry a wide range. But look at this. They even had Arteza products. Now, I've never seen Arteza in real life in a real store before. I've only ever seen them on Amazon. And even though I didn't necessarily want to purchase any of these, I did think that it was cool that they had them in person. Now, Joann's is generally about fabrics. That's why it's called Joann Fabrics. And in my opinion, they had a very impressive fabric section. I've never seen anything like it before, but I don't sew, so I came in here simply to see what they had available art supply wise. And like I said, I was super impressed. And look at these Faber-Castell pens. I've never seen these before. I was tempted to get those. They had Tombow markers, of course, a bunch of Posca markers. And I was really hoping to find like the Derwent watercolor pastel set, but that I couldn't find. But they did have the Inktense pan sets. So anyway, now that I've made it back home to my empty apartment that we're still cleaning, I wanted to show you what I had planned on doing at some point. It's been so busy, I haven't had time to actually sit down and draw. But however many days ago, I had gone to the FiveBelow store, which is kind of like a bougie dollar store, and I had purchased this set of 48 colored pencils. They're all pastel flavored, and I really wanted to try and use these. So when I got home, I finally sat down and I drew something. Where is it? There it is. I posted this to Twitter, but I drew these little betta fish, and I thought that these would be a perfect excuse to be colorful and use these. So I don't really know what color I want to color these guys, but I'm probably just going to do like a simple gradient. And I'm kind of sad because I kind of actually like the way these little sketches turned out, and I'm probably about to ruin them with these cheap colored pencils. I did swatch these at my mom's house just for funsies on another page. Here's the swatches right here, and the leads did feel very hard and scratchy. So that's not a great sign. So why not? Let's try and color my little betta fish while the sun's still up. I have to do everything on the floor though, because we don't have any furniture, do we, Edie? We don't have any furniture. So we're gonna try and color one-handed while holding a camera, I guess. So I did like a little mock-up on my iPad about what colors that I think I want these to be, and I'm not trying to be like truthful to betta fish. I'm just trying to purposefully use colors within this color range, and I seem to have a lot of blues and greens and yellows, so I don't know, I may not have picked a great color pattern, but it is what it is. Oh, I also forgot to mention I had also picked up these at FiveBelow as well. They're scented felt tip pens, and I smelt a couple of them just out of curiosity. And I have to be honest with you, my nose is still not the same since I was sick a couple of weeks ago, and I can't really smell anything. But I kind of maybe wanted to try out these as well on the little fish, so we'll probably do a combination of pens and colored pencils. I'm going to start with this blue betta fish over here, and I'm just going to use average. These don't have any sort of pigment information on them. We're just going to start with kind of like a light blue, and then just try and see how lighter and darker colors blend all with this. Yeah, so far it's very scratchy, and what I probably should have done is I probably should have just taken a spare piece of paper and tried to blunten the tip of this so that it wasn't so sharp. You can't tell, but I laid down a pink like right up here, and now I can't get any other sort of color to lay over it. So that's nice. So yeah, so I'm not saying that I'm surprised, because I'm not, but these colors do not, they don't layer. There's not a whole lot you can do. You cannot get the pigment to lay down flat, and once you put down a layer, you cannot get like another layer to really go over it. They kind of remind me of, you remember when you were like a kid and you were forced to use the Rose Art colored pencils over like the Crayola ones? That's kind of what this reminds me of. So really grainy. What I might do, since this fish is probably going to get ruined anyway, I might see what happens when I take like a marker to this. This is really going to make it worse. So let's see here. I really didn't pack like really any markers. And this is where I start kind of getting sort of frustrated. See, I had only packed a couple of markers that were too long to fit in the marker storage that I had packed in the move. So I have a few Tombos and a few Chameleon markers, but I don't generally use those regularly. But I totally covered up everything that I just did in colored pencil. I'm trying to use these colored pencils on top of the marker, and it's just not really working all that well at all. The white kind of sort of shows up, but not enough to actually do anything. And not to forget about these pens, but I'm going to try to use these for a little bit of an outline here. Now I'm going to bust out my big guns and pull out my professional colored pencils. And I'm just about done with this fish here. I'm going to add some white for some highlights and some sparkle. And then I'm just going to go ahead and color in the other two fish using my traditional methods. I'm just going to go right at it with marker and then my professional colored pencils again. And I'll show you what I came up with. I apologize for the change in lighting. It's thunderstorming and I'm depending on natural light at the moment. So I'm just about done with both of these fish, or all three of these fish, and maybe I didn't necessarily complete the challenge like I thought I would, because these colored pencils are just not really usable, maybe in journaling or writing notes, but really not for art. But again, I'm not surprised, I'm not mad. I did create something out of it, and that's pretty cool as it is. Now, my scanner is somewhere on a moving truck somewhere in Texas, so I can't scan this in anytime soon. But this is what I came up with. This is the final image here. I think they came out pretty cute. I got a little bit of some splatter on the paper here from the markers, but otherwise, I'm pretty happy. I may not have fulfilled the challenge, but I did get some very colorful fish out of it. But that's it for this video. Next time I see you guys, I'll be in another state. So bye.